Most of people think astrology is the study of planets or star. It is not. Let me show you what it actually is. The word astrology comes from two Greek roots, astro meaning star and logos meaning study or reason. So astrology is the study of stars. But what is a star? A star is a source of light, and if you go deep enough into any ancient tradition and ask what light really is, the answer is always the same. Light is consciousness, not a metaphor. The ancients literally meant light is the visible expression of consciousness. So astrology is the study of light, light is consciousness, and when every spiritual tradition on earth is asked, what are you or who are you? The answer comes back the same way: you are consciousness, currently limited in a human body. But fundamentally, you are the same consciousness that everything is made of. Which means astrology at its root is the study of yourself, your true self. Not your personality, not your love life predictions, not which color to wear on Thursday or Tuesday. The study of the pattern of consciousness that you are carrying within you. Now, what is consciousness? There are many definitions, but one that makes the most sense to me, the one that actually helps me understand life and find answers, comes from a physicist named Thomas Campbell. He says, consciousness is a system made of information, self-created, self-governing, self-evolving system. A system made of information. Now, put that into the context of astrology. If consciousness is a system made of information which you are carrying in the language of the ancient tradition, that information is called karma. Karma is not punishment. Karma is not reward. Karma is accumulated information, patterns, impressions, the sum total of every intention and action across every life you have lived. And your horoscope is a snapshot of that information at the moment you were born. The word horoscope itself tells you this. It comes from two Greek words again. Hora meaning hour or time, and scope meaning to look at. So horoscope literally means looking at time. Now, what is time? In Sanskrit, time is called Kal. And from Kal comes Kalpana. Kalpana means imagination. And imagination is the activity of the subconscious mind. So when you trace the word back, time and the subconscious mind are connected at the root. Your horoscope is not just a picture or where the planets were. It is a picture of the subconscious pattern you arrived with. The information, the karma, frozen into a single moment. The moment of your first breath. Now here is where you need an honest disclaimer, and I will give it to you straight. The foundational claim of astrology is this: at the moment you were born, the position of the planets in the solar system from the Earth's point of view are a representation of your past karmas. That is the axiom, the starting assumption. And I will be honest with you. This is beyond logic. You cannot prove it with a calculation. You cannot derive it from first principle. But that does not make it untrue. It makes it a postulation. Science works with postulation all the time. Consciousness is fundamental is a postulation. You cannot prove it in a lab. But when you use it as your starting point, everything starts making sense. Reincarnation is a postulation. The Big Bang is a postulation. Mathematics is built on axioms that cannot be proven, only assumed. A postulation is not illogical. It is beyond logic. You accept it provisionally, you apply it, and then you see it if it works. And when you apply the astrological postulation, when you look at people's chart and compare them with their personalities, their life events, their recurring patterns, their timing, something undeniable starts happening. It lines up, not vaguely, most of the time very precisely. The patterns in the chart match the patterns in the life. This is not proof, but it is data. And honest people pay attention to data. So why do I call my approach intentional astrology? Because most astrology stops at showing you the pattern. Here is your chart, here are your strengths, here are your challenges, here is what will happen in 2027. I do not stop there, because knowing the pattern is only half the story. The other half is what are you going to do about it. My claim is simple: your destination is your destiny. Whatever is happening in your life today is the result of past actions. And those past actions were driven by past intentions. Some of those intentions were made in this life. Some were made in previous lives. That is what karma is. Not a cosmic reward system. An accumulation of intentions and their consequences carried across lifetimes. Your horoscope shows you those accumulated patterns, the subconscious programming, the default setting, the tendencies that keep repeating. And yes, based on those patterns, you can predict what is likely to happen next. That is predictive astrology, and it works. But here is what most astrologers will not tell you. Not all karma is fixed. The ancient texts describe 3 intensities of karma. The first is the lightest. These are patterns that shift simply by becoming aware of them. The moment you see them clearly, they lose their grip. You do not need to fight them. You just need to see them, like waking up from a dream. The dream ends the moment you realize you are dreaming. The second is heavier. These patterns require real effort to change. Think of it like carrying extra weight on your body. It did not happen overnight, and it will not reverse overnight. But with sustained effort, with discipline, with consistent intention, it changes. The patterns can be rewritten, it just takes work. The third is the heaviest. These are patterns that cannot be changed. They are like your height or your bone structure. They come from karma so deep and so old that by the time it reaches this life, it is already in motion. The ball has been thrown. You cannot pull it back. You can only accept it and work with it. The art of intentional astrology is knowing which is which. When you look at a chart with this understanding, astrology stops being a prediction tool and becomes a navigation tool. You see the pattern, you assess the intensity, and where change is possible, you apply intention. Conscious, deliberate, informed intention. That is why I call it intentional astrology. Not because intention is magic, but because intention applied with understanding is the most powerful force you have it. It is the one thing that actually rewrites karma. Not remedies, not gemstones, not rituals you do not understand. Intention backed by awareness of the pattern. Your chart is not your fate. It is your configuration. It is your programming. It shows you how you are wired, what patterns you are carrying, what lessons keep coming back, what timing is active. And once you see the configuration clearly, you are no longer running on your autopilot mode. You are no longer a passenger in your own life wondering why the same things keep happening. You are the one holding the steering wheel now. Maybe you cannot change the road, but you can change how you drive. That is intentional astrology. If you want to understand this in more depth, I host a live workshop every month where I walk you through how Vedic astrology actually works, how to begin reading charts, and how to see the patterns that are running your life. You will find link for that in the description.